Alright, I was putting the graphics card in the Dell Optiplex 3020 and thought I'd show you the inside and how clean it is. So there's the fan and everything. It looks pretty clean. I haven't cleaned it or anything. It came just like that. And there's the 2 banks of memory. Need to upgrade that to 16. I think it's 2 4s in there now. So I was putting the GT 1030 card in there, and there it is. I did have to put a little piece of tape on that bottom cable. I don't know if you can see that. There was one little piece of black tape, but that cable was kind of hitting the fan, so I had to put another piece of black tape there. And so it fits in there, and there it is. It's all in there. You just flip that black thing up, snap it in there, and flip that black thing back. That thing right there. And that's how everything comes out. You just flip these back, the CD drive will come out, and you pull this blue thing down there, and the hard drive flips up, and you can get that out. And that's the power supply right there. So there it is, it's all in, and you see how clean this thing was when I first got it. I haven't cleaned it, or I didn't do anything to it. It was that clean when I got it. So pretty cool. And there's the fan. It just has a regular cooler on it, nothing fancy. Fan shroud and all that. And there's the GT 1030 card. Just tucked in there right there, just clipped in. And now it's ready to go. So I'm fixing to boot this thing up and get it all configured on my Ubuntu. I just wanted to show you all the inside of it. This is the small form factor, so you see what you're working with in the small form factor compared to the other one, which is a little bit bigger. I guess I'll add that one to the video so you can see the difference. But this one is the SFF small form factor. Alright, now let's have a look at the Optiplex 710. This is the DT. This is how it looks inside. You got your power, hard drive, CD, there's the CPU and the cooler. And I went ahead and put the NVIDIA GT 1030 in here just to see how it fits in there. You see how much more room you got. You actually got another PCI right here, but I went ahead and put it in this one. It seems like a little close to that right there on that fan, but maybe it will help it sucking the air down in here, but I don't know. Just put it up there. So I'm going to fire this one up and see how it does. So there's that one. It looks pretty clean inside, not bad. Looks really nice too. Clean. No dirt or nothing on the CPU cooler or anything. And there's your CD player. There's the hard drive. It's a 500 gig Seagate. There's the other fan, the intake fan. So everything on this one looks pretty clean too, and this one has 12 gig of RAM. This is a 4, that's a 4, this is a 2, and that's a 2. So that brings it to 12. And I'm going to leave that. This is the one that I'm fixing up for my friend's. His laptop went out. And I went ahead and put the GT 1030 in this one just to see how it works on this one. And this one will boot with Windows 10. And I'm going to go ahead and load the NVIDIA drivers on it and see how it works with Windows 10. This is that GT 1030. Probably work a little bit better and run cooler because it's got more room to work with. And of course you can flip this back. You can put this other one down here if you have another one, and I'm not sure what this one is here, but you can also put it right here to bring it down just about where the 3020 was, real close to the power. And this is an intake fan. It might help it since that fan is being sucked in, but it could mess with this fan that's on here where this one doesn't work. So I think that's good. You got a lot of room there, so a lot more working room you see there on the DT. A lot more room inside it compared to the SFF, the small form factor. This is the DT, which is this is the small form factor. It's the same thin as this one, but the DT is a little bit taller. You see there? It's the taller one. And you see how much more room you got. Probably a better size for a gaming, because you can go ahead and put a bigger card. You got more room to, if you know, this is a little card. You got more room to put a bigger card if the card is this big, you know, got big fans on it, and probably longer. You just got more room to work with. So if you're looking for a cheap gaming system, I would probably go with the DT. And this one is still slimmer than the WT, which is the big wide one. It's still the same thin small form factor, but it's just taller. And you can see you got more working room in there. So probably better for gaming because you can put a bigger graphic card in there. I don't know, I think this is a 250 watt power supply. I don't think you would want to go, I think this card here was a 30 watt. I don't think you would want to go too much higher. And I don't know if you can change this out and get a more, I don't know if they got a model that has a higher power, you know, because this thing is the small form factor. You can't put one of those big brick things in there. The normal, you know, power supply. But I think this one was a 240 or 250 or something like that. Can't remember. I was thinking 250. And that the what's called 3020, I think, was a 255. And this one I think was a 250. I'm kind of thinking it was a 250. But anyway, there it is. And this thing is really clean. Not bad at all. Looks really clean for 130 bucks. Can't beat that. And this one came with a 500 gig hard drive, 12 gig of memory. And it was ready to go. It had the Windows Pro sticker on it, so loaded Windows 10 on it. You got Windows 10 Pro on it. Can't beat that. 130 bucks. You got your gaming system. So I'm going to fire this thing up and install the CD drivers that come with this card here, the NVIDIA GT 1030, and install it on that Windows 10 and probably play a game, see how it does on that one, see what the temperatures are on, because it was running a little hot on this one. I don't know, you get them, but there's not a lot of room, and you got to take the cover off to bring the room down. And this one, it has fins right here on the cover. Even though you put the cover on it, it still has a big hole right here where it can breathe better. So that would probably help it. So I just want to see how it works in the DT Optiplex 710, this one was. So I guess I want to wrap this up here. Just wanted to show y'all that that's how it would look if you're, you know, looking for a gaming, one of these cheap gaming boxes. That's how much more room you got in a DT compared to the small form factor. That other one's really tight. And then you got more memory slots, so you could probably, I think you can bring this one up to 32, 8 each. Pretty sure it was 32. So yeah, that's the Optiplex 7010 DT. A lot more working room in this one. So I guess I want to wrap this up here. Alright, I'm out.